Hello, and welcome to another week where the sun is shining and I'm feeling a little bit more positive. But let's face it, things are bad, but we're almost just not really looking at the figures anymore. We're just not even, they're just numbers at this point, and that's depressing, but it's just numbers. I'm Tom Elwes, and I'm joined today, as ever, by my co host, Mr. Ali Woods.
Hello, listeners. Hello, Tom. Chirpy way to start the podcast today.
Yeah.
Talking about how we're avoiding the news. But I hope you're doing well listening to this. And Tom's right. It is bright and sunny right now as we're recording this. I'll tell you what, it's an absolute liberty. It's a cheat when they have those grey days. That is classic British weather. Look, I know many people listen to me like 40 seconds in, already talking about the weather. They've literally run out of things to talk about. But I won't care about those hazes because it is important, right? It is not fair to have days that are dark for the whole time.
No.
It's not fair. I wake up. I don't mind the shorter days, right? If we get sunlight from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., that's cool. Then it's something. But when you wake up and it's dark and it's grey and then it stays like that till 5 and then it's darker but just not grey, absolute disgrace. Someone's got to do something about it. And it's going to be me. I'm going to invent a weather machine.
Yeah, if you want to follow Ali's other podcast, the Rain Dance podcast.
It's very mystic. Very mystic, guys. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the episodes, they're just ambience. Yeah, I don't actually say anything on them, but put them on, have a thing, and get outside and reconnect with nature, and pay me £14 a month, and I will help you do that.
Yeah, and I will send you a bit of sage that you can burn in your kitchen.
British sage as well.
Yeah, you can burn it in your kitchen, and it will actually make you feel better about yourself and your relationship. So
yeah. And what it will do, right? Yeah, I tell you what, put it on, burn it, makes you feel better. Means you don't have to do anything. It's great. Don't solve your problems. Yeah. Just chuck some sage on the oven. Lovely stuff.
This is that's a sort of a word from a potential listener there, just saying like, I didn't believe in sage, didn't believe in it, and now my life's completely changed after burning a bit of sage.
My life has completely changed. Yeah, it was a really. They clipped it up for TalkSport, right? It was quite a sweet message, a call in from a guy, and he was like from Manchester, and he was like, I've suffered a lot with depression, and in my life, and been very down. And Manchester United it's given me a spring in my step again. For 8 years, it's been bad, and I was sort of listening to it, being like, this is obviously very sweet and lovely, but I'm like, bruv, man, you can't rely on the football team to do well. You can't.
But that's people's potential happiness. Honestly, like I've got a friend who's like such a big Liverpool fan. He's just like, his theory really is that he's like, girlfriends, they'll come and go. Liverpool always be there. Always be there. Always be there. Never going anywhere.
Mad, isn't it? It's mad. But Man United are doing well, and good fair play to him. He did talk as well about I've forgotten the name of it now, but a meet-up group for men to talk about their feelings every week, which sounded good. But I was sitting there being like, this is not sustainable, mate. This is not a sustainable source of therapy. But when I see Ollie's boys coming on, I just get really happy. I've got a spring in my step, and I'm like, what about it? A week is a long time in football, bro. Check back in 2 years.
Yeah.
It's right.
If you want
some, you what?
No, you go.
Okay. Oh, thanks, mate. Do you want some news? Fresh off our continuing story.
Yeah.
Based off a fail mail a few weeks ago.
Okay.
So just to catch up, listeners. A listener, shout out the listener. I won't say your name because I don't want anonymity. But you know who you are. Thank you very much for sending in the original fail mail, which was awkward texts and messages. You sent a bloke you were seeing the message that I want you to be my sex toy for my birthday. And this was a couple of weeks before your birthday. The birthday was 21st of January.
Okay.
So it was yesterday as of the time of recording.
Oh, big. Okay.
And this was sent on the 11th of January, so a 10-day window to get a reply in. Last week, no reply, but the caveat was he's Irish.
Yeah.
He's Irish,
and as someone with an Irish dad, I can, it can be, we're not particularly good at the old flirty chat. We'll leave it at that.
Communication. Are you coming or not?
Yeah. Come on now. What?
So that's a shout out to Irish listeners, and it was nice having you. But
What are you talking about, Hallie? The fucking love it.
What are you talking about there? That's a perfect accent.
Beautiful. Oi.
Okay, that's probably the first bad thing that England ever done to Ireland. So anyway, he's not communicative. So that was last week. This week,
Yep.
do you want to guess what's happened?
I mean, I want to say he's replied. I replied. I'd say he's replied.
I want to say he's replied. I really do.
I do. I think that he's replied and said maybe not a sex robot, but I show you a time, love.
No reply.
No.
Still.
Oh,
brutal. And so I'll just read out. I'll read out the message. Updated # major fail, which maybe should be a character we have on the podcast. Oh, major fail.
I was on the front line of failure for 7 years.
Seen the fail, seen boy.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever be getting a reply back ever in capital letters after the 2 a.m. weekend rant message I sent him.
Oh no. Oh no.
So yeah, but I'm not letting the room go to waste, which is a bit. I don't know what that means, really.
I think that was an open-ended invite, possibly. If anyone else wants to be the
maybe
toy,
get in contact with us, and then I can put you in contact with her. I'm not going to give out her details.
Yeah.
But I'm not letting the room go to waste. So that that sort of optimistic end.
What was the room situation? Has she hired a room, or is it just sort of she just wanted
sex room maybe?
Yeah,
Don't know.
that sounds like the room. Like she had got a room ready for the sex robot antics.
Maybe that's just maybe what the kids. Maybe we're just so out of touch, Tom. Maybe that's what the kids are saying. You know, when they say stuff like, "Oh, what's the tea?" and stuff like that. Maybe that's I'm gonna get back out there. I'm not gonna let the room go to waste, and everyone on TikTok goes, "Yeah, skeet skeet."
Skirt. I've got a room allocated for sex on a day, and I just need to fill it now. I just need to get someone in.
Well, looking back on the previous message, apologies for this.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm booking a hotel that weekend, and you are going to come and F me. Okay.
Is it so? This is this weekend coming up.
I assume it's this weekend right now.
What hotel she got?
Is it going?
Party. COVID party.
We're hosting a COVID party for our listeners.
Yeah, COVID. Everyone can come.
Everyone can come, and then I'm going to report you all
between us. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up 800 quid. I'm going to tip off the police. I'll be like, I'm taking half of the 800 quid fines.
Yeah, perfect.
But yeah, well, go enjoy your room. Go enjoy your room at the hotel.
Don't waste it.
And he's missing out. He's missing out. What is he doing at home? Nothing. Nothing.
You know, maybe we really will put it out there. If there is a listener who thinks that he could fill that room, we'll put you to contact.
That's too late. It's this weekend. Yeah. We're recording.
No, he can hear it tonight, or she can hear it tonight, and then put it, and then maybe by tomorrow. Who knows?
If you want the room, send us on our socials, AIDIF Pod, AIDIF Pod, POD, that you want it, plus a picture of yourself.
I want 2 pictures. I want the nicest photo you have and a real photo of you as well. Okay?
Yeah, I want you holding today's newspaper to show it to you. I don't want you to send in a picture.
I don't want your headshot from 2013, okay? I want
I want a recent picture of you, a picture of you listening to this week's episode. To have it on. Show us you're listening to it, and then I will send that through to this person.
We're gonna get so many catfishes. We're gonna get like an old headshot from 2009, and then just a photo of like a dog with headphones on. Like, it's me. It's fine.
Yeah, perfect. Sorted. I'll still send it through. To be honest, whatever you send, I'll send it through. It's not for me to decide.
There's a sex room going. I've never ever heard of this in my entire life, but there is a sex room going in London at a hotel. Is it in London? Do we even know where she lives?
I don't know. I'm not going to get that info, but I will. I think firstly we'll see how keen people are, because people might travel.
Yeah. In the pandemic.
They might have a car. That might be the selling point. We know what it's like with gigs. Bad acts can get booked for gigs because they drive.
Yeah, it's true.
Someone might be in for a shot tonight because they're a driver. So I think that might be. So if you want to send in, if you're listening to this, but it has to be quick. It has to be by Saturday midday is the
Yeah.
cutoff.
Yeah.
Don't message in by that time.
2
then.
photos and you're willing to fill the sex room. And then we'll put you together.
Ideally, if you can get a reference for your sex, you can get a reference from a previous sexual
I would
partner.
like a CV as well, some kind of CV. You know, how many rooms like this have you been in before? You know, is this a frequent thing for you? Yeah.
And I will say it is a woman. I don't know the sexuality of this person. I assume they're into at least
I imagine
guys.
a free for all. I imagine. I imagine if
We're
it's
3 weeks deep into a lockdown.
yeah.
There's a hotel room of sex going.
Yeah. There's a sex room going just in we think London somewhere. It would be good. You know what would be a better sell if we knew the quality of hotel? Like, you know, she had a room at like the Ritz. That's a big sell. If it's sort of, traveling on the M25, it's less appealing.
Yeah. Travel lodge off the M25. Off the junction travel lodge. Go on, honey, pack your bags and take you to Watford Junction travel lodge.
You do get a Ginster's pie on your way in, kind of thing.
Pie on entry. There's no pun intended. No pun intended there. Ginster's pie
and a Lucozade, and that's
and any soft drink from the bar, from the travel lodge bar you want. Any soft drink, not an appetizer. Don't take the piss. Any of the draft soft drinks.
Okay.
But yeah, so that is going. Listeners, we will get this out, and you have to.
AIDIF Sex Lodge experience.
It champions the audio listeners because the podcast does come out slightly ahead of the YouTube channel. But even if you're listening straight on the YouTube channel and you just message me straight away with the details, I'll pass them on. Don't you worry about that. But anything, we'll lengthen the time. 6 p.m. Saturday.
I'm almost certain that some of the listeners, the Ali Woods, the long ponytailed vapists of Ali Woods fans, some of you guys have got to be keen. Come on.
They're gonna send through a video like a witness protection, like a silhouette of them.
Yeah.
That's what they'll do of them. Just a black sort of, you can see the ponytail at the back, and just be like, is this all you want?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have some news updates for you. Ali, how do you feel about this? They are going to possibly offer, and this is going to be a realistic thing that's going to happen in the UK, okay? And I'm sure no one will take advantage of it, but they are going to offer 500 quid in return for a positive COVID test. Yeah, because they think that the issue is at the moment that people are going to get COVID symptoms and then carry on going to work because they don't want to stop working, right? So they don't want to stay at home because they won't get paid. So they're going to offer you 500 quid to stay at home and isolate for your positive COVID test.
But I have so many questions on this. How is this enforced? Is my main thing. So you send them your test and they go, here's 500 quid. Thank you from Your Majesty, the Queen, herself. She thinks you're doing great service. And then it's like, right, isolate. And you're like, yes, safe. And then you head off down, go spend your 500 quid. Well, I don't know where you can. Sainsbury's, go splurge in Sainsbury's.
All I'm saying is if I was 17 and one of my mates got COVID, I would then get about 50 COVID tests and make him lick all of them. And then I would distribute them amongst my friends and possibly sell them on eBay. This is what people will be doing. And then all claim their 500 quids. Like that's
very smart, Tom. And I'm surprised, actually, because I wonder why you have such money troubles at the moment.
I should be coughing on COVID tests more.
It should be coughing. But who? I want more details on this. Who is saying this? The government, or is this your mate Dan down the pub?
No.
Apparently, mate. Apparently, right?
500 quid, mate. Yeah.
500 quid in your bank account, no problem. Because the government's got loads of money because they don't spend any of it for 10 years. Yeah. So they got loads of. That's what a furlough thing. That furlough thing's going on for 10 more years, mate.
Mate, I've heard they're going to melt down some of the crown jewels for money, and that's how they're going to afford this shit. Mate, there's literally 18 billion pounds worth of jewelry in there. So, you know
the Queen's been dead for 2 years, right? You don't know that? All right, okay. All right. Yeah. Well, they're selling her image, right? That's what it's. It's just visual effects.
Mate,
she's been dead for years.
Mate,
you see the bloody prop artist who's doing her husband, mate. You think that's real, son?
And they can
He looks
deep
like a
fake
zombie in a bad zombie film.
Joe Rogan. They can deep fake the bloody Queen. That's all I'll say. Okay, that's all I'll say.
They fade the Queen, mate. So they're selling their rights to it, Bobs. But everyone, people, I tell you what, the Prime Minister of Thailand, right? He's got the Queen endorsing his campaign. You know what I mean? Because they sold his rights. 10 million quid. So all that money goes back to us. You know what I mean? So look, you catch up. You're catching up now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, 500 quid. I mean, that's just a terrible idea. That's a terrible idea.
Well, I mean, it is a terrible idea. I think they're just so worried about people going back to work with symptoms, especially people in low income households, who really can't afford to miss work. That this is the idea. But I just think it's just so rife to be taken advantage of.
Who?
And
Yeah,
there's people literally injecting people with fake vaccines right now
that
in
was
this country.
absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, yeah. So you think people
Also,
are not going to take the piss with
I did look at
COVID?
the bloke. I look at the bloke, and I was like, "Who is trusting that man to inject them? Like, that is so like, how desperate do you need to be?" It's really sad, actually, to be honest. Like, he was like just an absolute swat. He looks like an absolute. I wouldn't let that guy lend me a quid, let alone put a jab in me.
Yeah.
Disgraceful.
Well, you know, if we're saying if fake vaccines are going to be taken advantage of, then surely 500 quid cash in hand for your positive COVID test is just
I
going to
still
be
don't believe this is true. Who? Are you, what is your source? Who said this?
BBC News. This is what the government are genuinely thinking of doing.
Oh, you believe in that, are you?
The bloody BBC.
Go on, help you, mate. Sorry, mate. Go on, help you then.
Yeah.
BBC. Do you know what BBC stands for, right? Do you know what I mean? British Broadcasting. It stands
Big
for
bites cunts. That's what that stands for. Big bites cunts. Yeah.
beggars believe crap. That's what it says.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Well, I think that is absolutely. I think that's a terrible idea. I think that's terrible. I think so. I've got no jokes on that. That is absolutely. I don't know how because the incentive is furlough, right? And that makes sense because you have a job and you apply for it and all that, blah blah blah. But for one person to just get 500 quid to develop symptoms, then get a test. You got a couple of days to wait for those results anyway. Then to send in a positive COVID test, and then days later to get 500 quid. And it's such an arbitrary number as well. 500 quid. Why not 1,000 quid? Why not 50 quid? Is that what is the capacity for that?
Now,
So
if I was a smart man, right, and I ran a gaming company, let's say I was in charge of Rockstar Games, the people who make Grand Theft Auto, right?
wicked cool.
Yeah.
That'd be so sweet, Carl. Then you can get me an extra special bonus pack on my game.
What I would do is I would wait until the day that this scheme is set to come into play, and then I'd drop the new GTA then, and then you would rake it in. You would rake it in.
But I think that's what they should do. They should, instead of giving money directly to people, because people are idiots.
Yeah.
They should invest it in more entertaining stuff that everyone gets to do at home.
What, like state? What you want? State-run Netflix? You want
free, like, and better TVs and
Can you
holograms.
imagine how terrible state-run Netflix would be? It'd be like a sort of like The Crown, but for like the current government administration. You're gonna have playing Boris Johnson.
You should be able to order any board game you want free of charge. That's what I think right now. It should be allowed. It should be funded by the state. Some sort of VR.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it.
It'd be really dry though if the Tories were doing it. It'd be like VR. Pretend you're at Eton.
That's what I mean. I don't want state-run, Tory-run fucking media. It'd be awful.
Oh, this headset. Oh no, you're 10 minutes late to your Latin class. Better hurry up. Just me running in my living room.
Yeah. Just bloody hell. Yeah. Okay. And the other big scheme that they are talking about, and really thinking about, which will really piss me off if this does come in, is that they are thinking of going to an
aftershave that is too potent.
Yeah.
They're not allowed muscle fit t-shirts. I'm like, what?
Tax Paco Rabanne. What they're going to do is they're thinking of bringing in an Australian-style quarantine system, which basically, if you come into the UK, you will have to pay off your own back for a hotel room for 2 weeks. And they're talking to like the Marriotts at the airports and travel-ins in and around the airports.
Well, we know a hotel room going, so if anyone's got COVID, then save yourself a weekend of expenditure at least.
Yeah.
I think, but you will have to give head.
If you're flying back into the country now, this could work out nicely for you.
When you said they're bringing back an Australia or bringing in an Australia-style system, I did immediately think, are they planning on deporting COVID people to Australia?
Shoving
It's
them
still
in
us. Off you go. Just getting a
Yeah.
boat of COVID sick people. You're like,
Get a load of Aussie sort of ship captains to be like, oh, we know what we're doing here. Don't worry, just get them on the boat. We'll take them away.
I imagine the boat would actually quite a good laugh. Everyone's got COVID already, and they've got some games going and some shots.
Yeah.
Like that limbo and
load of Aussies just like, oh, it's a good bloke. Let's just have a good time.
yeah, I know he's got COVID, but he's a solid bloke, mate. He's putting them away.
Yeah, come on.
Get
the bags. Get the bags on the boat. Yeah.
Welcome to your new life in Oz. What? I think people will be up for that.
I think, yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't think people will be up for having to quarantine in shitty travel lodges by the airport for 2 weeks and pay for it. And also, apparently, they might put this is obviously hysterical, like news media bullshit. But they were also saying that they would bring in GPS tags that you would have to wear to prove that you're quarantining in the hotel room.
Jesus, none of this is going to. It's going to happen.
No. As in, like, we still actually can't roll out a vaccine successfully without there being major delays and stuff. So the thought of actually being able to sort out cash in hand money or any of these bullshit ideas is insane.
Boris Johnson is the kid who forgot his homework or who has to do a presentation or something, and he's going, "Yeah, I mean, I've got loads of ideas. Yeah, there's loads of stuff. We're probably gonna give people 500 quid. Let's start with that one."
Yeah.
So look forward to that. Firstly, secondly, we all like living in hotels. So go to a hotel for 2 weeks.
Yeah. We're at the point with him now that I feel like you could pitch almost any zany COVID scheme and it would work out nicely for you. Like, you just pitch anything and he'll consider it. It's like, Boris.
How about this? Vaccine blimps. Massive blimps that sail across the air and shoot vaccines out at people as they're walking around.
Yeah.
How about that, Boris? Go for it.
Bloody everyone gets a holiday to the Costa del Sol in summer. Everyone does. Everyone gets one. I'll see you down there. Everyone will be high-fiving me, Boris, as I walk down the strip. Like, bloody Boris, you bloody did it. Oh, bloody time.
Boris, comparing for everyone's holidays. People bloody love that stuff, So I think that's where we are. And it's sad that we're so incompetent. Have you seen? Because I was talking to my friend. I think I might have said this on the podcast before, but he said the point, which is true. Like this government, this party, this Conservative Party, they're supposed to be evil but competent. That's the trade-off you get with them. They don't really have empathy, but they do get stuff done, and they don't help the vulnerable, but they help the general economy.
Yeah.
But they're just buffoons, the lot of them, and they're just taking it in turns to get absolutely lashed on Good Morning Britain.
Yeah, I love it. It's hilarious.
We had Matt Hancock who couldn't get a sentence out, and then we had Preeti Patel who Piers was like, and obviously it's not great to. We already talked about condoning Piers Morgan as a entity, but he just said, "Can you explain why we've got the highest death rate in Europe?" And then Pretty was like, "Well, these statistics, they get brought out all the time." And he's like, "It's down to incompetencies." And she goes, "Now's not the time to talk about incompetencies." The thing is with her, I think she's genuinely an idiot with her. I think people like Matt Hancock, I think, are more like, they're sly and devious and awful. But I think Preeti just believes her own hype. She just believes she's doing a great job and just thinks she's a great person with the best interests of the company. And she's a fucking idiot. But it's a sad we're so incompetent.
We are at a point of no one really knows. I feel like they had some kind of a handle on it before this third lockdown, but like now we're really in the woods and it's just free for alling it. And everyone's we're just trying shit. We'll just see. Maybe some stuff will work.
Annoying as well. They blame people. They blame the people for all the time. And it's not to do with incoherent messaging. It's not to do with constantly championing this idea of like, oh, if the company wants you to go back to work, blah, blah, blah. It's just, oh, people should be staying at home and it's their fault. And there are obviously dickheads out there who are doing COVID parties and shit. But ultimately, this has come from incoherent messaging, from a delayed response to something that could have been dealt with in February last year. They
Yep.
could have started measures at that time that we knew about. And it's their fault this situation we're in. So although I think people are dickheads in that they break and flout COVID laws, I do understand more that there are some people who might not have been doing this back in March, April in the original lockdown, but now are so fed up. And so like, well, it doesn't matter what we do. And I don't believe anything that they say. And I get where they're coming from. They still shouldn't be doing it, but I get where they're coming from, man. I was saying on my live last night that this feels like a very religious life that I live. And I've stayed away from religion as much as I can. But nowadays, it is like, no, we must be non-sinful in this life, so that in post-COVID times we are rewarded with bountiful holidays and orgies.
And it's good because you actually don't know when this COVID life will end, much like real life.
We're not sure that there is a post-COVID life either.
No.
And we have faith. There will be a sign from the government that we
one day.
The government works in mysterious ways.
It's a drip feeding of information. It's just like every time. It's just like a month ago, it was like vaccine rollout. This is it. Vaccine will solve all our problems. No issues ever again. All good. Already, they're starting going like, yeah. So like, obviously, we probably will have to do the vaccine every year, and also like variants and stuff probably will escape the vaccine. And and like slowly but surely, they're drifting away from vaccine will solve all our problems to, oh no, this is actually realistically what's going to happen now, and it's going to be, it's not going to go straight back to normal. We know this because guys, they've just cancelled Glastonbury as well for the second year on the spin.
I was probably going to be on that this year. Lol.
Yeah.
Really annoying. That was booked.
Oh, headline set at the 10. Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm really annoyed. They have cancelled Glastonbury, which is shame. Sad to see.
Cancelled Glastonbury. Still sending me emails even this morning about Edinburgh Fringe, though. Going ahead, guys. Not a problem. Glastonbury, the festival that's outside, can't go on. But the Edinburgh Fringe, the indoor in small, cramped environment, still going, guys. Still happening.
Yeah, but they're like, but, they'll be fine. The art, you can't catch COVID from the arts, It's sweaty, disgusting Glastonbury, but the Edinburgh Fringe, I mean, everyone knows they're all very sensible people who go to the Edinburgh Fringe. None of them will have COVID.
Ventilate our giant venues with a single desk fan, and that is all you need. That is it. That is it.
Yeah.
Keep COVID away.
Have a bucket of ice. What more do you want?
Oh.
Good job. Yeah, I'm getting a bit worried now about having to pay money to go to a show to about 7 people a day who are all wearing masks and sat 3 meters away from each other.
If Edinburgh wasn't shit enough and people struggled hard enough to get people into their show, imagine it, but with like a quarter of the people and social distancing.
I'm not going to lie. I've done gigs in Edinburgh to people who have been so not enjoying it that I wish they were wearing a mask. But I can't have the whole audience all sitting there wearing masks.
Yeah. But like, it's just horrible. Like, if the rumors are to be believed, it's occurring, but on a smaller scale with less people. Like, what? That's not a good idea for
my comedy career. That's what I normally tell people. You made it yet? Well, it's occurring, but on a smaller scale with fewer people. I am sort of making it, yes.
In some ways. I mean, I really, really hope that they do just pull the plug. But you know them, they won't do that until at least sort of July, probably.
Yeah, and even then they'll be like, well, you did sort of pay for the room. The room's still yours. There's no festival, but you have a room.
Yeah.
You have a room in a uni hall.
Yeah.
It's a
For
side room.
1 hour a day. 1 hour a day. Not the whole time. Can't sleep in it. No, thank you.
No,
But
exactly. Yeah, but you get that. So feel free to do what you like with it. I mean, be creative. This is your time to be creative and just
hold a meeting, you know.
stream from it. Why not? Everything's online.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a depressing truth, unfortunately. Also, like, I don't know how these like online festivals are gonna go either. Like the online Leicester Comedy Festival and the online Brighton Festival. Just do your own gig, or like, you
I'll
know,
tell you
I
how
don't.
they're going to go. I don't know how to tell you how you're going to go, Tom. I've never had a mate saying, I watched something online that was really good in comedy. Never
Yeah.
had it. And that's how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Everyone, the best reviews are, it wasn't that bad, actually.
Yeah.
That is the best.
With all the technical difficulties, it actually was surprisingly okay. Yeah.
The mic cut out for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But then when it came, it was all right. And it was quick. It
Yeah.
didn't last long.
Yeah. 20 minutes and we were done.
So yeah, I think that's how that's gonna go. But you know what? Look, if it happens, then
Ali
bless
Woods will
everyone.
be there. Ali Woods will be there.
I
That is
will.
what.
I'm thinking maybe I won't.
Ali, I would like to see your email when you try and get your refund for your room.
From famously
understanding promoters, yeah,
people who love pocketing acts'
Yeah.
money more than anyone in the world. The
Yeah.
Edinburgh Fringe Festival and all the producers associated with it. When I say, yeah, guys, yeah, I know I signed a contract a year and a half ago, but I'm just not really feeling it now. And then, oh yeah, no worries, mate, no worries. Are you? We just want to support the arts, so that's why we're here. So
Yeah.
whatever you feel is best for your show, we're happy with it.
Yeah.
And then I wake up.
Yeah.
And then I have that brief thought as I'm about to welcome myself onto the stage to 8 people in masks.
spraying sort of antiseptic in the air as you come out.
One would have been vaccinated by then. It will just be the over 50s as well. It will just be over 50s who can come and see the shows.
Oh,
and they are
notoriously a fun crowd to play to in Edinburgh.
So we're just a load of people uncomfortable in their chairs. Whatever temperature the room is, it's not the one they wanted.
Too hot. I'm going.
Sit in there as I'm talking about being young and the problems of, it's hard to find a relationship. And they're like, fuck you, mate.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Can't wait. I'll be on. Ali Woods. Can't wait. I'll go down my socials and get out.
Yeah.
The last thing is Joe Biden has been inaugurated. Good for him.
Woo. Well, good on Joe. Memes are great.
Show, but that's it.
Check it
New
out.
President. New president now. Donald Trump couldn't get impeached in time. Pardoned Lil Wayne and left.
I did. I think he should have pardoned the Tiger King guy. I would have liked that, you know?
Yeah, if he's a bit out of touch, pardoning Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was about 5-10 years ago, mate.
Yeah, exactly. 3 weeks ago. That feels like a many moons ago. That's not, you know?
Come on, mate. Pardoning Lil Wayne. It's so funny.
It was Lil Wayne, wasn't it? Lil Pump as well? Or maybe it was
I know that guy. There was a guy
Kodak Black.
Kodak Black, yeah, I sort of half recognised.
What a guy.
Weird.
Just free the rappers. Yeah.
But see you later. See you later, Trump. That's it. Who knows how you'll come into our lives again. It won't be good.
No, it won't be good. Probably with a new political party with even more radical views, but whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, probably.
Right, guys, let's move on to fail mail. We had some amazing responses from you guys. I had quite a few. Lot of odd and weird gifts given. That's what we asked you guys. We asked you, can you send in the weirdest, the worst / gift? Start that again. Guys, we asked you to send in your worst gift experiences. So we asked you the worst gift you've ever received or given. Right.
So shall I start strong?
Yeah.
There's no stories here. These are all fairly quick. So get ready for a few. But thank you very much for everyone sending them in. Double-ended dildo from work for my 30th.
Nice.
Shocker. This one was a funny one because of the nature of I'll just read it verbatim. I bought my manager a magnet with the Pope. He's an atheist, but God loves every child.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay, the old braces of the boy I was dating in the shape of a heart.
What the fuck?
I made my braces into a heart for you. I hope you like
Yeah. They show that we'll be together forever because braces are notoriously hard to bend. But
it. Not like I love. Um, my dad bought my sister and I rape alarms for Christmas. That was the most dad gift ever. That is the most like, right, well, safety first. I bought you the gift of safety, girl. So there you go, perfect.
you can just see that, can't you? It's almost like sitcom-esque. It's like, look, I know I'm your dad. I'm not cool and everything, but I understand that, young women now, they're allowed to go out and do what you want. And I want you guys to feel safe to explore your sexuality. So here's a rape alarm.
Yeah. Be safe. Pull it if you need it.
Don't be afraid to press it, right? Yeah? Okay. Yeah. On that similar vein, tampons for Christmas. Season's greetings. Gave my cousin a cotton bud, only one, for her birthday. What the fuck? So mean. There you go. Once you've almost touched the cotton bud, it becomes worthless.
Yeah. Several people said chlamydia.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That is your crowd, though, Tom. Your crowd is the chlamydia crowd, whereas my crowd is more God loves every child.
Poo drops by a mum in the school I work at. You use them after the toilet. They were from Aesop. So Aesop. Poo drops. So you do a shit and then you're meant to drop it into the toilet to make it smell nice.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I thought at first you meant like poo droppings, like just genuine shits. Like
no, not. My mum got a roadkill squashed frog from her sister for her birthday last year.
What the hell? Why?
Yeah. I don't know. No context to these. Just that's just what she was given. Yeah.
Ugh, that's so grim. What would you say if you open that? You'd be like, nah, I'm not speaking to that person ever again. That's like a mafia message.
Yeah.
This will be you, mate. This will be you, right?
Yeah.
I received a sensual massage oil kit from my university lecturer.
Okay.
Gross.
Okay. Mug with fishing motifs on. 24th birthday has been raised vegetarian my entire life, and dead fish are gross. Thanks, Dad.
I mean, a lot of these, dads they're playing a good role in this one. Slimming World Cookbook message received.
Oh, nice. The subtle gift is good. And like, you'd love that if it's like from your mum or like your auntie or someone. Someone just being a bit bitchy.
I thought I'd get you something this year you could use.
Yeah. I mean, this you're really, if you get into this,
Yeah, it's so the thing about that I like is that when you get someone a suggestion instead of a present. But this one I didn't understand. It just said spoons. So many different types of spoons. No clue why. Long handle spoons, spoons with ice cream cones on the end, little ones just for olives. I like that. No idea why.
Talking of suggestions, these two are absolutely classic for suggestion presents. One, my husband got me an iron and ironing water. Excellent.
Have fun.
Yeah. And this bloke just got a one-way £5 plane ticket to Mallorca.
That's a sick present. That's a sick present.
One way.
I love that. Work it out on your way back. You know what I mean? I love that. There's a few more from Dad. My dad's a librarian, and he noticed. Guess what book's being popular?
What? Sex
50
book.
Shades of Grey. Got it
Yeah,
for
of
his
course.
daughter.
Yeah. Flying off the shelves.
My brother and I received a toilet seat from our parents for Christmas.
If you needed a toilet seat, though, honestly, like, house shit is expensive. After going to IKEA a lot, like, I'd be pretty happy at this point.
This was funny because it's so clinical.
Yeah.
A ruler from my uncle.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
That's just
Many happy returns.
as an uncle now. I understand the shit gift buying that you obviously did in Tesco's on Christmas Eve is like it's a thing.
It's his birthday, isn't it? Tomorrow. Fuck.
Ah, fuck, what have I got in the house right now? Like shit.
Received a racy novel about a sex worker called Grace from my gran. I'm called Grace. A plastic banana case lunchbox, literally shaped like a banana, to keep a banana.
Oh, that's quite useful though. I know what she's on about, and that's actually pretty. I would use that.
Present as a gift on your birthday
like, if
or
I
Christmas.
was a kid, and like I wasn't that close with the person, they got me that. I'd be all right with it.
How passive aggressive is this? It's because it's so specific. Gave my boyfriend a stainless steel bar to remove garlic odor from his hands. It was his only gift.
I got a Lush gift box from an ex. The label said beard shaving cream. It was for men. It was obviously re-gifted it, or he just picked up the wrong one.
So good. Thought you could use this, love.
Yeah.
I love these. The ones which are just so clueless. I find it. I so enjoy. A Wild West themed incense holder from my flatmates. No idea why. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff here.
Just new fog lamps. That's just the most.
Happy anniversary, darling. 20 years strong.
There you go. Fog lamps. Exactly what we needed for the car. It would be great. You know, you're always saying we need you. Yeah.
Very Homer Simpson's bowling ball. You know that one, that episode where he buys Marge a bowling ball that says Homer. Yeah. That's what that is exactly. Well, we need fog lamps, so there you go. Happy birthday.
Perfect. Perfect.
Mulled wine bath bombs.
Weird.
Very weird. Speak on that theme. A Christmas tree for my 21st birthday, 2 months before Christmas. We need it for the house.
So practical. Just like, yeah, just get it for you now. 2 in 1, mate. 2 in 1.
I got hair gel for my 21st birthday.
Excellent. That is
something you get a 9-year-old.
Yeah, that was proper shite gear.
Oh, thank you very much for dealing with this. You got any more? Or is that yours? Good ones on.
Round on that, yeah.
So quality present gift giving. You got any shockers you could think of?
Worst gift.
I'm not very good at gift giving, but I normally play it safe. I normally ask people what they want. So, but then I fucked up one year. I got my sister this like Lush, all these products, and then she was like, "I'm allergic to all these, and you know that." And I went, "Yeah, you're right."
Sorry. No, for me, my gran used to be really brutal, and not necessarily a gift, but the lack of a gift. And every year, she would just pick one of us and not give a gift at all.
Amazing.
Yeah. So that kind of thing.
For Secret Santa, 2 Christmases ago, a friend got me a Liverpool scarf.
Oh.
I'm a Man United fan, but not as a joke. They didn't know. They said he's really into football to their colleagues, and it was like, "Oh, what team does he support?" "Oh, one of the big ones." And they went, "Liverpool, Man United." It's like, I think it's Liverpool. I think that's the one. And it's one of those where I'm like, open it, and I want to be, because I'm like, well, thank you for you getting me a football scarf. But I was like, is this a wind up? Like, I was like annoyed. I was like, you're winding me up. And they went, what do you mean? Do you not like it? And I was like, well, obviously I support the rivals. And then obviously it's like a girl, and she's like, "Oh no, I thought," and I was like, "No, it's fine, I love it."
Yeah, so good.
I've been it, by the way. If you're listening, I've been that scarf. I didn't even give it to someone. I didn't want to recycle it. Don't care about the planet. Don't wear a
burnt
little
it. I
scarf.
fucking burn it in a fire in my garden. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening to All I Do Is Fail. You can follow me at Tom Elwes on Instagram and on Twitter and on TikTok. Ali.
Hollywood's gigs, new sketches releasing all the time. Thank you everyone for following and for liking and commenting and especially sharing. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. And also, if you want to get 2 episodes a week instead of 1, you can donate to our Patreon, patreon.com/AIDIF The link is in all our socials. Thank you very much to the new Patreon backers this week. Really appreciate it, and enjoy the extra episodes. They'll release on Tuesdays, those episodes. So if you want a double dose, just for $5 a month, so less than £1 a week, you will get an extra episode. So and it helps us as well, just keep financing during this tough time. So thank you very much for those who do are Patreon backers, and you can do that anytime. Patreon.com/AIDIFpod.
Thank you very much. All right, guys, we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Take care. Bye-bye.